Welcome to the RC Community Sticker Project, brought to you by Fast Freddy RC. In today's video, we're doing a shout-out to Riviera RC. Nice chap, crazy new in-box finds, cool projects.
So for step 6, the left side of the chassis, well, we're going to pop these two bearings into the other half of the chassis. Now it shows you greasing them. I won't be doing that because I'm just going to be popping in the ball bearings and replacing the plastic bushings. So I'll set this up, we'll pop those in. So I'm not even sure why they actually consider this a separate step, because it really is as simple as we put one bearing into one side, pop that in, and turn it over, take a bearing, pop that into the other side. So there it is, 1 and 2. Step complete. Again, I'm not really sure why they need that to be a completely separate step, but it's done. So we can now move on to step 7, and we're going to attach the two halves of the gearbox together and screw it all in. So for step 7, the chassis assembly, well, essentially we're going to grab the one side of the gearbox that we put all the gears into, grab the other side of the chassis we just put the bearings into, and pop them together. And then we have all of these screws that have to go into this to seal it all. So there's 10 of these MA3 screws. So I'll set this up, we'll pop these together, and then start screwing it in. So first off, let's grab this side of the chassis, and then we're going to grab this side of the chassis, turn it over, and you can see that these two are going to come together. So all of these bits, all of the metal piping, etc., all of that now has to come together and fit into all of the different holes on either side. So I can feel that go in. So now that's together, we now just have to screw these screws in, which are the tapping screws. Now you can see, let's start out here. We know that this one is going to go here. So I'm going to start to screw it in. Because again, I don't like screwing things all the way until I've got everything in place. We can see that there's going to be one up here. We can see that if we follow this along, I can see that there's going to be another one right there, which is right up here. So I'm starting to screw it in, but not doing it all the way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and there's a fourth one down there. So that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There must be a fifth somewhere. Where are we missing one? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Up here. Funny. It's right, staring you right in the face, and I still wasn't seeing it. So there we go. On this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So same again on the other side. So I'll grab that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, then the last one is always one that's hiding. There we go. There is the last one right here. Okay, so I have all of the screws in place. I can tell that none of them are binding. It's just a matter of screwing them all in. So I'm going to do that off camera. No point in you watching me just screw in screws. So I'm just going to do that and then I'll come back. So there we go. All of the screws have been tightened in. So there is our completed gearbox chassis, you could say. So the only thing that I would say at this point, just to make sure that you've done this correctly, is if you remember when I was showing you the differential, we wanted to check to make sure that this actually worked. Well, I would say do the same thing again, because if for some reason in tightening all of this up, there's been some binding of any kind, you're gonna have to tear it all down again. So if you see here, everything's fine. It's moving correctly. If I grab both sides, you can hear it. If I grab one and spin or spin them both in different directions, the differential is working. So this side is fine. So again, do it on the other side as well, just to make sure, because if for some reason that gear got caught on something when you were screwing this in, you're gonna be in trouble. And I mean, I know it's hard to see, but if I spin the other side, the differential itself is working, but it's also moving both forward and back without any problems. So I'm happy with that. So that means this part is complete. So step 7 is done. So now that we've done that, we can now move on to step 8, which is attaching the pinion gear to the motor.